Pause up, everybody. Welcome to Meowy Hour. I'm your host, Arden Moore. This show is brought to you each and every week by the Cat Fancier Association. And we want to give a big salute, big pause up to our sponsors, Pet King Brands, the makers of Zymox and Oratine. And in Clover, they make really cool pet supplements. I gotta check it out. This is a special day, doubly, because in the house we have not one but two four-legged birthday babies. First, because we're showing good manners, we have a one-year-old dog on Meowy Hour. We are talking about Destiny, and today is her birthday, 1 year. So let's give it up. Bark. Yay. Happy birthday. Yay. And tomorrow, appropriately, April Fool's Day, is pet safety cat Casey. Can we tell him your age? Yeah, can we? I'm going to be 7. I can't believe it. I don't look a day over 4.
Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. And so I adopted him when he was 4 months old from the San Diego Humane Society. And raise a paw if any of you got those tabbies that we just love. Orange, red. Come on, raise a paw. Who's got one? Dr. Jean Hubby's got one. All right, cool.
I have in the past.
All right, there you go. So here's what we got a full slate today. I'm really excited. First, we're gonna talk about orange, AKA red tabbies. We're gonna introduce our very special guest. She's a best-selling author, holistic veterinarian, and one of my good buds. I would like to introduce you to Dr. Jean Hubby. Give it up, guys, come on. Woo! And later in the broadcast, talking about the beautiful breed, the Ragamuffin, is Terry Cassidy. Woo! Come on, Terry, wave, show. Do the wave. Can you do the wave? There you go. And of course, this show would not be a show without my co-pilots. I'm talking Kathy Black, all breed judge for the CFA with the birthday doggy, Destiny, and all breed judge for the CFA and editor of Cat Talk, the one, the only Teresa Kiger, woo, who might know some songs. So what's your favorite birthday song you give to a cat or a dog? Or what's your favorite birthday gift you've ever given a pet? Putting you guys on the spot. Come on.
I make up songs for Perry all the time. So
you do? And guys, this cat has a first and a last name, and it is?
Perry Christmas.
I could be in a holiday mood at your house anytime. How did you come to name him Perry Christmas?
Well, he was a stray, and he was going through a friend's cat door and eating her cat's food.
That's a smart stray, yeah.
Yeah, she already had 3 cats, so it was kind of an issue. So she asked me if I could keep him until they could find his home, which never did happen. But it was Christmas Eve, so.
Oh, how old is Perry?
Well, I think he was 4, about 4 or 5 when we rescued him, and he's been with me a little over 2 years now.
Nice. Now, do you say Perry? Now, is there a special actor or something Perry came from? I know it rhymes with Mary, which is clever.
Well, it was my friend and I were going out to dinner Christmas Eve, and when we got in the car, Perry Como was on the radio singing some Christmas song.
Millennials, look it up. Okay, yeah.
And then when we got home, Perry Mason was on the TV.
Another one, millennials, look it up.
Hey, it's on Netflix.
No. It's
that's cool.
Things running 3s, so I looked at him. It's like, you must be the other one.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Hey, guys, speaking of cats like Casey that are orange tabbies, we know of like Garfield and Morris the cat. Those are kind of famous guys. I was doing a little research, but I do want to clarify because this is a show brought to you by the Cat Fancier Association. So mortals like me call them orange tabbies. Teresa, what are they really?
Red tabbies.
Okay.
But it's the orange gene that causes it. So, it's kind of confusing.
All right. Well, in doing some of this, there's different patterns to orange tabbies, and that's going to be our trivia question because a birthday boy, we're going to have you guys guess what kind of pattern Casey has. Don't worry, I'll lure him back to the screen so you can get a close-up. All you brilliant brainiacs here on the show do not say what kind he is. But I did find out that it looks like 80% of these red tabbies are actually boys, and there are about 20% that are girls, and it has to do, let's not get too chemical here, but technical, the X chromosome.
Yes,
So
because
I understand, go ahead.
Yeah, the orange gene only resides on the X chromosome.
Oh, okay, so females that have an XX and males have an XY. God, I feel like I'm in chemistry class again. So why are boys more prevalent in the red tabby color?
Because, well, most of the time, if the girl carries the orange gene, she has other genetic factors that are coming in.
Yeah.
So it could be like a calico or a patch tabby, a blue cream, something like that. Okay.
Nice.
Where
Yeah.
the boys cannot carry more than one color like that. So they can't carry a dominant gene and the orange gene both.
So you're saying women rock is what you're saying.
No, what she's saying is women really can, across all species, can multitask.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. We have it all line up here. The other thing that
so the boys, because they can't carry additional color, that's why most of your reds are male.
okay.
Because you'd have a red to red to produce those girls, red tabby
See?
girls. Yeah.
Well, all right. The other thing is personality, temperament-wise. I can attest to it. These tabbies tend to talk a lot. When I take Casey on pet first aid classes or pet behavior presentations all around the country, I can just ask him a question in class and go, meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. The little one, Rusty, my other red tabby, he only talks when there's food. Then all of a sudden he finds his voice. There's famous people that have had red tabbies. One of them, Winston Churchill. Remember the good Brit from the back in the day? His tabby was named Tango. I like that. I guess Tang wasn't invented yet. So, we hadn't put anybody in the planet Mars or anywhere. So I think, he maybe was the prelude to Tang, the drink. What do you guys think?
Could be.
I thought you said Tango.
No, the cat's name was Tango, but I think he was kind of getting the people at NASA ready to create, to use Tang in space. I don't know.
To make
That's probably
drink.
a stretch, right?
That's a stretch. Yeah.
All right. They also, if you were talking to some psychologists with colors, they say this red-yellow combo conveys things like warmth and gladness, and also adventure, and also very social. So I can attest that my two boys are quite social. How is Perry Christmas, Dr. Jane?
He takes a few minutes to warm up to you, but then he's all over you. He's a sweet cat.
So what do you think about that? The psychologist looking at this color palette and using that as not every cat is like it, but it is sort of and so tomorrow I am going to make Casey, I'm making some salmon, and I am going to clean the salmon skin, and he's going to have some salmon skin with his meal. What do you think of that, Dr. Jean? You know nutrition.
That's fine, just not too much. But
No, just a little bit to make him go,
fatty acids there.
Yeah, there is.
All
right.
These are very sweet.
Yeah, they are. I've had cats all my life, and they usually are ones that just kind of pop in. I had one purebred that was Corky, my Siamese that I had when my parents split up. My mom cat had a litter, not a liver, but they do have livers, had a litter, and I got the first male, and I named him Corky. And then she told me later his nickname was Loudmouth, which was true. But he would go swimming with me in our backyard lake.
Wow.
So he liked water. Anyway, I am so glad that you guys are all here. We're going to get right into it, and we have two traveling gals. We're talking Kathy and Teresa. As things start getting better, I'm an optimist with more and more people getting their vaccinations and wearing their mask still. I just got my second Pfizer shot today. I want to ask Kathy, you got to be a judge at a show in Kansas. Tell us briefly how that went this weekend.
It was a one-day show. They did have a limit of 150 cats, which it filled weeks before the show. And everybody was very compliant. They all wore their mask. I wore my mask the whole time I was judging. It was a lot of fun show. You know, normally by this time of year, our season ends the last weekend in April.
Oh.
So normally in a normal season, by the time March rolls around, you've seen these cats multiple times. You know, that the people fly all over the world, and you know who the top runners are, and you know, and there's a few cats that are new and trying to become champions and grand champions, but pretty much you just see all the grand champions. This season's totally different with the lack of shows that we've had. All the cats are out there just trying to become grand champions. And so we had I think I had 3 grand champions in my top 10. All the others were champions. There were cats that were granding left and right because they need 200 points, and there was like 70 champions or something. So you could get 70 in one ring. So it makes it a lot of fun. Because there's lots of good cats to choose from, and it just is wide open competition, and there's doesn't seem to be any of the normal feelings you have this time of year, because you get very close to these cats when you judge them 5, 6, 7 times. You fall in love with them. I mean, they're like yours, you know. And you recognize them, and you know them, and you've seen them grow up, and there's none of that going on. Everybody's fresh and new, and it's really a lot of fun.
It shows your range as an all-breed judge, because you have to be flexible, and this is how it is. This is 2021.
I'm just going to judge the cats, whatever they put in front of me. That's what I'm going to judge. Yeah.
And how about you, Teresa? Where were you this weekend to judge?
I was in rainy Knoxville, Tennessee.
Flooded.
Rainy.
That's a pretty area.
I mean, the monsoon came, and the whole.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The whole back of the area just was underwater.
So did the swimming cats win the championship then?
No, but no one did come by and ask for 2 volunteers from the championship class to get on the ark. But it was a lot of fun, and this was a 2-day full 225. All the cats were there. Everyone was happy. Pretty sure they were smiling underneath the masks. It was just a great, great show.
So is there any fun thing about the show you want to share? I mean, did any cat really sparkle personality-wise? Or?
Well, I had several that I brought them out, and it was just, wow.
Well, hey, that was Phoebe that just tailed out of here.
That was Phoebe. Yes, it was. You'll see that
she's like, wait a minute, I'm your number one.
Yes, you are my number one.
Yeah, what a beautiful Russian blue. Look at that.
Yeah. But it was fun, and it's nice being back in this show hall.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon we'll be able to have spectators to come and enjoy our cats. So,
well, everyone that's tuning in here all over the world, I'm happy to say I'm going to be at one of the shows in Mesquite, Texas. I live in Dallas. Teaming up with Kathy, we're going to do some fun things that we're going to share with you on a Meowy Hour, and Teresa will be there as a judge. So we finally, after doing this show since June, will get to be in the same time zone in the same building. So I'm really much. I'm 6'2", just kidding. So it'll be a lot of fun, and I really look forward to it. But we're here to give you guys some prizes. So last week, the trivia question, just in time for spring, and because I'm a pet first aid instructor, I'm all about safety. The question was, there's a lot of flowers blooming, and I gave you 4 choices, and only one of them is safe for cats. Now, this time, the good Dr. Jean, once I give the 4, you can answer because someone's already been picked. I bet you know this. I kept it easy. So which one is safe for cats? And watch your face when I start naming the dangerous ones. Azaleas, bird of paradise, chrysanthemums, or sunflowers. Which one's safe?
Sunflowers.
There you go. The good doctor. Yeah. And so, Kathy, the winners are going to get a 4-pack from our sponsors of In Clover. And we've got the Zymox and Oratine. Of course, Zymox has the shampoo and leave-on conditioner, and Oratine, I love this for cats, a brushless toothpaste gel. So do you have those images up we can share?
Yes. So we had 18 people give the correct answer of sunflower. So we got a lot of smart viewers out there. And the winners were Angela Sears. Angela's getting this lovely Zymox package from Pet King Brands. And the other winner was Stephen Wittich.
Oh yeah, he visits our show a lot. Hi, Stephen. I love your comments.
Yeah, he said he was going to be watching tonight. And he is the winner of the In Clover package, which I can get my pictures up. If I quit clicking the wrong icon, it would help.
Rusty will demonstrate.
Of the Flow, Sleek, Smile, and Spry. So congratulations to Angela Sears and Stephen Wittich.
Okay, Rusty's having one of these smile ones right now. He goes, thanks. I love being a taste model. Well, thank you. So the question today in tribute, I got to get him now. Casey, where are you, buddy? Hang on one second. I'm dealing with cats.
He's probably the litter box. That's normally what he does this time of day.
That's true.
There you go. I know, he is, kind of has that timing.
Some people it's libraries, some people it's Meowy Hour.
She says, in honor of my birthday, I want you to check out my beautiful coat. Now, when it comes to patterns in red tabbies, there's different ones. Now, this is where I'm asking my guests not to show any emotion. Don't give it away. So let me do this. I think this is, I got to fix my screen. Okay, one time my screen fell. That was pretty fun. All right, so which of the following tabby pattern coats does Casey have? Is it A, classic, B, mackerel, C, spotted, or D, ticked? Again, look at Casey's coat. Is it A, classic, B, mackerel, C, spotted, or D, tick?
And Arden, I'm very proud. You gave those 4 patterns without even asking us to help you with that.
Well, I had to do some research. But I did check with Teresa ahead of time, and I successfully guessed which one Casey has versus which one Rusty has. They have 2 different ones. But what do you think of our birthday boy being a good boy, being a model for this question?
So show us his back, because that's important. Can you show us his back? There we go. And get him closer to, there we go. Very good, very good.
And if you look, he looks like he has a heart on his body, doesn't it?
Well, you're giving away clues.
Well, I'm terrible at that, aren't I? But I think he's a beautiful boy. But what I really love about him is that he's a certified therapy cat. And we look forward to getting back to the Brookdale Buddies at the Memory Care Center. And he likes hanging out with kids. And he is wonderful in my pet first aid classes. So to me, I feel like I celebrate Casey every day, but he hits the big 7 tomorrow, appropriately April Fool's Day. So there's your question. The winners, we're going to have 2. One's going to get the Pet King brand Zymox and Oratine package, and one's going to get the In Clover package. So I really hope you guys put those answers in. Kathy, tell them how you do it so that they know they still have a fighting chance.
Well, yeah, they have a very big chance this last week. I didn't pick the winners until today from last Wednesday. But type your answers into the comment section on the Facebook Live feed, and you can watch that video at any time. I think somebody put their answer in like Monday. So you have, usually I do it on Sunday afternoon, so I'll plan on doing it again on Sunday afternoon this weekend. But type your answer in there, and that puts you in the running. And I had someone ask me, how do I pick the winners? And so I'll tell you honestly, I give everybody that had the correct answer a number, 1 through, we had 18 this last week. I go onto internet and do a random number generator, 1 through 18, and it tells me the number, and that's who I pick. So there's no favoritism coming from me. It's totally random. So blame the internet if you don't get chosen, okay?
And if
Always.
anybody wants to save 10% and they just do Arden and the number 10 on Zymox, see the spelling, zymox.com, at checkout, you get 10% off. I don't get the 10%, okay? It just, we want to help you save money in this crazy economy. All right, we're ready for the main event. This woman I love, and I love because of her passion she has for dogs and cats and people, and she's a brainiac. She's a student and an expert because she's always learning, a best-selling author. You guys know her website. Write it down, littlebigcat.com. There was a book she wrote about 10 years ago called The Complete Guide in Holistic Cat Care. It won one of the major Muse medallions from the Cat Writers Association. And I write the nutrition column for both Dogster and Catster magazine. And one of my top go-to experts is here tonight. And of course, I'm talking Dr. Jane Hofve. Welcome to Meowy Hour. We finally get to be face-to-face, sort of.
I know. We haven't been face-to-face in, 20 years, I think.
I know, we were both just teenagers, right?
Yeah, I think we were toddlers, weren't we?
Yeah, toddlers. But
I
you're in
like
Colorado.
Lady Gaga. I dye my hair gray like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, okay, good. See, she's got style too. Now you're here in Colorado, so don't let that background fool you guys. What is it really like where you are in Colorado today?
It's 40 degrees and sunny today.
Oh, it's a heat warm.
The background is actually my backyard in the fall.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But you still have tons of snow on the ground, right?
It's melting pretty fast because we've had sun for a couple days. I can mostly get up and down the driveway now.
Oh, good.
What's the latest time of year that you actually still get snowed? Can you remember?
Middle of May. The last couple of years, it's been like May 15th, 16th.
Well, middle of May here in Dallas, and Kathy is in a neighboring Duncanville, Duncan, Oklahoma. We're not that far apart. What is it like in mid-May for us, Kathy?
Well, we'll be happy if it's not 90.
Yeah. And Terry's going to give our breed profile. Terry, where are you?
Texas,
Oh, what part?
Central near Austin.
Oh, you're in the cool city, Austin. So you know what it's like in mid-May here. But guys, she's a holistic veterinarian, but you're really an integrative veterinarian. When you say, how would you clarify because you went to veterinary school and you realize that the mind and the body go together and you really pay attention to what we feed our pets. So how would you best, if you had to be in an elevator going up, what would you say to somebody to say who you were?
I'd say I've been a veterinarian for 27 years and I use every tool in the toolbox.
I like that.
Drugs and surgery, but also every kind of holistic modality. I refer people out to, experts. Like I can do a little homeopathy, but I know wonderful homeopaths. I do a lot of flower essences. I do Reiki, Tellington tea touch, a lot of holistic modalities. And
now you started a bunch of you started the spirit essence back in the late 90s. I think that now is it Jackson Galaxy's doing. You kind of teamed up with him back in the day.
Yeah, that was in unbelievably 2002, which is frightening. Because we were both in kindergarten, I think.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that was a match made in heaven. He's like my little brother. I just adore him. And but yeah, I had been doing spirit essences, and then I got frustrated with it. And when Jackson and I got together, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do, and we created Little Big Cat. Mm-hmm. And then I said, if you want to do all the work, spirit essences back because people can really use them. And he took it and ran with it. And now it's called Jackson Galaxy Solutions.
Oh, okay.
But we have a lot of the same basic formulas that we used to have. And some of them work just incredibly well. Well, all of them work well, but some of them they just still blow me away when I hear people talk about what they've done.
So let's give a couple of examples of a cat has something, and what's something that might surprise people that as a holistic veterinarian, you know, is not going to cause any harm. You say you use all the tools in the toolbox. So give me a scenario. A cat maybe have hairballs a lot. What would be something you could suggest?
Well, I'd sure start with nutrition.
Yeah.
And one thing that's important for people to know that they don't is that Vaseline's really safe. It's totally inert in the body. And it's great
Vaseline?
for
Okay.
Vaseline, yeah. My cats prefer the name brand.
Okay.
But I guess they're probably be okay. And,
Yeah.
you know, and I know it's a petroleum product, so it sounds horrible, but it's about the only thing that will get at the hair in the stomach, wrap it all up, grease the skids, and shoot it all the way out the other end. People give butter, people give olive oil. Those are all digestible. So they only go just so far, and past the small intestine, they are not there. They're not working anymore. So
wow, that's interesting.
There's one thing, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
Different kinds
What about for like healthy skin? So what would be something that might surprise people that's good to add to a diet or to have in a diet?
Well, I like omega-3 fatty acids for almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
The plant-based one is called alpha-linolenic.
I'm going to tattoo it on my forearm right now. All right, let me write it down. Okay.
So, you know, you can, it's good for skin, but cats and dogs and really people can't convert it to EPA and DHA. And those are the really important ones. And those are best gotten from a marine source like fish oil. You got to be careful what quality you're getting. Green mustard oil. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but EPA is really a great anti-inflammatory.
And that's sort of
are there toxicity levels? Do you have to be careful with dosing?
The worst thing that's going to happen if you try to give a cat too much is they're going to say, you know, they could have a little vomiting or diarrhea, but I've never actually heard of anybody overdosing them because, you know, cats, I mean, they're just not going to go for it.
Right.
So,
but you said something really important, anti-inflammatory. And I think more and more people are finally catching on. How dangerous is a cat to have inflammation?
Well, it's horrible. I mean, almost all chronic diseases are related to chronic inflammation. And, you know, and especially we have a little epidemic of obesity in kitties. More than half of kitties in the US are overweight or obese. And fat doesn't just sit there and look pretty. It actually, you know, what do they call them now? Chonky cats. That's abuse, but that's another subject. But fat produces hormones and it produces inflammatory compounds. So just the extra weight is a cause of inflammation. And so, you know, the anti-inflammatories, now there's antioxidants, all kinds of different ones. But if I had one supplement I was going to give, if I could only get one.
You must be reading my mind. I was going to ask you this question. Okay, go ahead.
It would be omega-3s. Now, the anti-inflammatory, DHA is a component of the brain. Most of the fat in the brain, or a great deal of it is DHA. And it's also a component of cell membranes. So if you don't have enough DHA, you know, your cell membranes get stiff, and in the skin that turns into, you know, inflexibility and dryness and all kind of mean, nasty things. So they're just that important. And
they're important for people and dogs and cats. So I know a lot of people take supplements, but is there any caution you can give people that if you think it's good for the human, it may or may not be good for the cat?
Oh, well, there's about 1 million things that you wouldn't take into account that people take.
Right.
You know, and that, you know, ASPCA has a great pet poison website. You can look up practically anything. You can look up the plant, any kind of plant, and so many supplements, that are marketed as natural do come from plants. So that's a really good place to start. But, ask Dr. Google if you have any doubts that,
Well, we want to ask the right Dr. Google, the one that operates Little Big Cat or the ASPCA, right?
Right. Yeah. Not,
Joe Bob Billy's I Love Cats.
Kitty Cottage or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
If there's a Joe's Kitty Cottage, I apologize.
Yeah. Well, or catvets.com, which is the American Association of Feline Practitioners, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I like that you're picky about that. What would be a nice meal topper or treat you could give a cat? Because I know people want to watch what they feed their cat. They need to have a lot of protein. Sometimes a budget dictates. So is there anything we can do to kind of maintain the family budget and bring out the best health-wise in our cats?
Well, my first piece of advice would be get rid of the dry food.
Mm-hmm.
That's, it's very heavily processed. You can't tell what's in it. When you look at all the different ingredients, they're mostly powders and you can't tell the source, you can't tell the quality. Canned food is higher in protein and the moisture is just critically important for kitty cats. So if you have, skin and coat issues, weight issues, you want to move towards canned food, or, if you get crazy like some of us do, then you get into homemade and raw feeding and all that.
Okay.
Which I really believe in. I've seen it make incredible difference, but you have to do it right. And, you should read my
So what would be a couple of good tips you could give people? Because I think, because I know there's sites out there and I really want people to go to Little Big Cat, because this guest we have on the show today, she writes a lot of articles. She's written a number of books, and so I want to make sure that you can give us some good advice.
Yeah.
And also a question from our audience: do you have CBD oil or anything? Because that's the big hot talk.
No, I don't think so. It's a very legal gray area.
Okay.
AFCO and the FDA are absolutely dead set against using CBD in any form in animals. There's a lot of products out there. They're probably mostly illegal, but FDA has limited resources and they can't go after it.
But like you go to Global or someplace and there's all these CBD oil booths everywhere. It seems to be a hot crate. What's your cautions?
Well, you want to be really careful. A lot of people tout full spectrum CBD.
Mm-hmm.
If it's truly full spectrum, it has THC in it, which will probably kill your dog real fast.
And it's that psychogenic component, right?
They don't need that,
Yeah.
The reason I don't like ketamine as a drug is because it causes hallucinations, scares the crap out of them. So, you want to be real careful. So broad spectrum is fine. There's if it's coming out of Boulder, where I live, it's probably pretty good, because Boulder is the epicenter of CBD on this planet, but you want to really look at reviews, look at doses. It's a very complicated subject, and I started to get into it and I thought, this is just really not worth the hassle. And because of the questionable legality at this point, there is no hemp allowed in any pet food product at this point. So pet foods and treats,
Mm-hmm.
with CBD, technically you can't sell them. So, and you also can't claim anything about them. You can't say it cures this,
Right.
this, the other thing, so.
And as a veterinarian, don't you have your paws tied a little bit?
Yeah,
You can't, yeah.
In a lot of states, we can't even mention it or discuss it with clients.
Wow.
So, when I have clients to say, my dog is on CBD, I say, great, because, I get it from this place, but, there are so many resources. It's a very muddy area at this point. So, I'm not even sure what to recommend because it's so nutty.
Well, there's a couple questions. People are firing in. Rusty's going to ask the questions. Rusty, ready? Okay. What can be used for a bad disc on a cat And also, do you want to name a canned cat food, a brand or two that you actually like, or it's up to you?
Oh,
Casey, Rusty wants to know.
let's start with a bad disc because that's easy.
Okay.
Anti-inflammatories, omega-3s, chiropractic, acupuncture. Those
Okay.
are your big ones.
Okay.
Because that is an inflammatory process. And there are flower essences for pain.
Oh, what would be a good one?
Impatiens is the one for pain of the Bach flowers, but Rescue Remedy or
Yeah.
Jackson's Remedy Stress Stopper.
I used the Bach remedies, Rescue Remedy, and I used to put it in the capillaries in the ears to calm the kitty when I had to make a cross-country trip.
Yeah.
And I was told to put it in my water too to drink so I'd be calm.
It has alcohol in it. Some people are a little worried about that. The dilution factor means it's not really a concern, but you can rub it on their ears, rub it on their crown chakra here.
Okay.
This is a master acupuncture point.
There, right there. There you go. Casey's Rusty's modeling.
Right, very good. You can, we had one client who came up with the most ingenious idea I have ever heard.
What's that?
She got the separation anxiety remedy, and her dog was real severe. And the dog had a favorite teddy bear.
Come on.
And she put the remedy on the teddy bear. And when she left the house, the dog was on his bed with the teddy bear. And when she came back, the dog was on his bed with the teddy bear. So it's
that was a smart idea. Yeah.
So it just has to sort of get in their energy field. Between clients, when I worked at the clinic, I sprayed the room with a flower essence combination after every patient. And before I started doing that, you'd get a fractious, upset cat, and then the next 2 or 3 cats that came in the room would also be upset.
Oh, yeah.
3 until it faded. And I don't know if it's pheromones or some other woo-woo thing that happens. But once I started spraying negative energy formula, which is on my website somewhere, there's a do-it-yourself.
Little Big Cat.
Littlebigcat.com. There's an article. If you go to the article library.
Yeah, that's a great place to go.
Wait for it for a second. There will come up a search box. So you can put DIY Bach flowers or flower essences and it'll bring it up. But there's a negative energy formula that I got from a dear colleague, Dr. Stephen Blake in San Diego. And I externed with him when I was a senior in vet school. So we've been
nice.
For many years. It's just totally amazing. So you spray it in the car, you spray it in the carrier before you put the cat in. Do not spray it on the cat. Cats tend not to like being sprayed. Okay. But if it's on your hands, you can rub it on various body parts and
like Rusty.
I have found that the colloidal silver products are really calming also.
Really?
Yeah.
But my issue with colloidal silver is that it is an antibiotic. So you can use it if you have an infection or for a reason, but be aware that it is, homeopathically speaking, is suppressive. So it is an antibiotic, and use it appropriately, if that's what you want to do. I have used it some, but there are so many tools. Oh my goodness, there are so many.
Well, we did have another question. You are a popular person. Somebody said, what can we do in addition to traditional medicine for a cat that has seizures? Is there any holistic complement? Okay.
Look on my website because there's a whole article on seizures with every nutraceutical and everything I've ever heard of. And I refer back to that. When I get a question many times, I just write an article about it so I don't have to carry it around in my head. So
we're going to all go to littlebigcat.com after the show, but so sometimes it's very important. Let's get some ground rules. You need to let your veterinarian know if you're giving something in addition to a prescription, right?
Absolutely. But the anticonvulsants that are out on the market are not necessarily that great for cats. So there are a lot of nutritional things you can do. Taurine.
Taurine, Taurine. Tell me why that's so good.
It's an amino acid, and it's a free amino acid, and it has to do with the heart, brain, and eyes. So, and it is not a structural protein or amino acid. It's very unusual. It's never incorporated into proteins, but it's incorporated into bile acids, which have everything to do with how you digest protein and fat. Ketogenic diet for epilepsy is really good. B vitamins improve nerve conduction. There's just a whole host of things you can do to support your cat. And if seizure medications are necessary, once you get going on some of these supplements, you may be able to back off the dose.
That would be nice, because that's always that, when a pet has seizures, it's always a balancing act between the quality of life and being able to stop the number and the duration of the seizures, because that poor liver is getting pounded, right?
Right, because the drugs all are metabolized by the liver. So they're very hard on the liver. So anything you can do to minimize the dose of pharmaceuticals, great.
So somebody just asked, if you're doing your own diet, a homemade diet, how would you add taurine? How would you do that?
Oh, well, it comes in a supplement.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
Make
it's
it
a
hard.
powder.
Come on, guys, give me harder questions.
Comes in capsules, 500 or 1,000 milligrams. You really, for cats, even if you're feeding meat, if you're doing a raw diet, and you think, I got the world's best ground turkey, which my cats always preferred it from Whole Foods. They wouldn't eat it from Safeway. They wouldn't, but you think there's a lot of taurine in it. And dark meat turkey, there is a fair amount of taurine, but when they grind it, all the taurine goes out in the juice. So if you don't retain the juice, you're losing a lot of taurine. So I always add taurine to any kind of homemade or raw diet anyway.
Yes.
Guess
Now,
where
when I talk to
you
you,
can find that information, Arden.
what's that?
Guess where you can find that information?
Little Big Cat.
Yes.
Hey guys, I talked to her a lot for my nutrition column for Castor Magazine, and we talked about a couple of things. Green beans, or kitties getting their greens, the best way to do it, and secondly, the benefits of bone broth. Can you address that?
Oh, yeah. Greens, the way I do it, because I'm lazy, is blue-green algae like spirulina or chlorella.
Okay.
Something like that. There's a product I use called Biosuperfood, and there's some information on my website, but
Okay.
that's, it's really concentrated. Now, if you're gonna open a capsule of one of these things, do not be wearing your Sunday go to meeting clothes, because you get this powder on you. It's so green. It's going to turn your entire world green, and you just want to take the end of a toothpick, and that's how much you start.
Wow, really?
Potent, concentrated stuff.
Okay. So if you see green smears on my face, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, because it'll be everywhere. It'll be in your hair. It'll be yeah.
And okay, what about green beans if they want to do green? If your cat is weird, like my cat eats lettuce and green beans.
And
we have a cat, one-eyed Mort.
That's fine. I'd be a little careful with things like spinach because it's high in oxalates.
No, it's just the regular little green leafy romaine or whatever. Yeah.
Right. What I recommend to steam and puree.
Okay.
Because, they can eat green beans, but they're going to come out the other end more or less the way they went in.
Yeah, we already know about Casey's, timing of his deposits. Always during Meowy Hour, he's in there right now. So
smell-o-vision, right?
Yeah, well, I get to do it. Hey, we got a lot to still cover, but I want you guys to write this down. littlebigcat.com. We have probably, I humbly say, one of the best veterinarians on the planet in the house right now. And she doesn't just talk about things, she writes it down and shares it. So her library is something definitely to check out. I hope you can stick around, Dr. Jean, because we'll probably have something, but we have to go now. You don't have to, I love to. We want to learn about the Ragamuffin, and also here with us is Terry Cassidy, and you're a breeder and an exhibitor, right? In kind of near Austin. We
Yes.
got your text now. So I'm going to dash away and go blank screen while I create my cocktail stuff. So please, let's give a pause and applause welcome to Terry, and stick around. Jane, you've been great.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the Ragamuffin today, and this cover girl is one of Terry's cats, isn't it, Terry?
It is.
What's her name?
Her name is Piper. She's a grand champion and a regional winner, and was the top CFA Ragamuffin this year.
I just love this girl. I got the pleasure of judging her several times. So let's talk about the Ragamuffins. They come in all coat colors and patterns, with or without the white. Their coats are medium long. They're fully furred, similar to the coat of a rabbit. They are very low maintenance coats, so that's good. Although their coats are thick and plush, they don't readily mat or clump, so they're very easy to care for. They are medium to large size cats. Of course, the females are smaller than the males. Females between 8 and 13 pounds and males between 14 and 20 pounds. So that's big, a 20-pound cat. That's a big boy. They're heavily boned. They tend to have a fat pad on their lower abdomen, and they slowly mature. So around 4 years before they reach their full maturity size. Very sweet cats. They were developed in 1994. And I was going to ask you, Terry, sorry to surprise this on you. It's said on the CFA website they came from Ann Baker's cherubim breed. Do you know what that was?
Yes, it's there's so many stories to it, and nobody really knows everything about the story. But the story is they are basically California street cats, and she had acquired this sweet temperamented cat and that had kittens, and all the kittens had the sweet temperament. So she was a Persian breeder, and she started breeding the cherubim in her cherubim line, and then there was a break off, and that's when they developed the Ragamuffin.
Okay. So she just called the kittens she was producing cherubims.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So let's look at some of these beauties. Here's a couple of cats. These were ones I got off CFA's website. By the way, you can always go to our website, cfa.org, and go under the breed profiles, and you can look at past regional, national winners and breed winners, as well as the grand champions and grand premiers. We have a brown tabby and white, a black and white here. Here's a calico in the van pattern. This one looks like, I don't know what color that cat is based on the picture.
Frankie was a mink.
Oh, this is yours?
No, it's a Frank's.
Okay. So he's a mink, some kind of mink tabby in white.
Yes, he was a mink classic tabby in white.
Okay. I was going to guess minky. Okay. And here's a couple of girls. This is a brown patch tabby in white. Here's another girl. What color is this girl?
I can't see who you. Oh, that's my girl. She's a sable silver classic.
Okay. Beautiful. And I love their eyes. Beautiful eye, sweet open expression on these cats. The coat looks like it's very easy to care for. Like we talked about, they come in all kinds of different patterns, with and without white. And there's a picture of some beautiful eyes. So I'm happy that we have some real cats. They're always better to look at than pictures. So tell us who you have there with you.
This is one of our babies. He's 15 weeks old. This is Shelton. What we love so much about this cat is, even as tiny, they don't mind if you put him on their back. Well, now you'll mind, of course, because he's
yeah, because he's on TV.
You can put him in any position you want. They're just called a very floppy cat, and they're very, very affectionate.
And what color is he?
He is a red, sepia, and white.
Okay. All right, let's see his face. Can you get him closer to the camera? Look at that beautiful face. Don't they just have the sweetest expressions? All right, have you got another cat to show us?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we'll get it. I've got a silver tabby here. And what we really like about this girl, we're really excited about her, is 45 points alone is on the head for CFA. And we're partial, of course, but we just happen to think she has a perfect head. And she has the round, not the round eyes, but the walnut, big walnut eyes. You know, the modified wedge face. And here she is.
Oh, she does have a very pretty
Just
face.
turned a year old.
Who's
They have a
her
scoop
mother?
for a head. Her mother's Piper.
I was going to guess. I was going to guess Piper is her mother.
That's her mama. Yeah.
I see her mother in her face. Okay.
And her little attitude.
Oh, I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well, I will.
I'm sure Piper was a very wonderful cat at home, but you got her on the judging table and she was just free.
Yeah, she would.
She was just like, do I have to do this? She was just freeze. But she kind of warmed up to me after a while.
She does.
Okay, you said you had a male. Is your Vanna white?
Yeah, I had him out here to begin with.
Okay.
But he's really interested in the girls right now, so he's not.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's a mink.
Her husband Mike is off camera handing her the cat. I'm calling him Vanna White. So
Hey, it takes a village.
It does. With cats, yes. Herding cats, yes.
Yeah.
And they're all running around here right now. But he's a mink, and the thing that we have to have with the minks are an aqua eye.
Oh.
yes.
So hopefully he's not angry and he'll show his aqua eyes.
Hey, I teach pet first aid. I'm here. And we got a veterinarian in the house.
Show your eyes, baby boy.
Come
He's
on.
a little bit over a year old, but as you
Yeah.
can see, he's got a lot of growing left to do. They grow until they're about 4 years of age.
Right.
Really, it takes up to 4 years.
4 years, yes.
Wow. What do you think of that cat, Dr. Jean?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. What a handsome man. What is he doing Friday night? Hey.
So he has
may
to take
have-
this Friday night.
He may have a date somewhere in Austin, you know.
Yeah,
for
he
another-
does.
One thing
All
that's
right.
great about Austin, they just banned declawing.
I know. I love that.
Yeah. And you've written a book about about decline, the dangers of it. So,
You can download it free on my website. And
what, Little Big Cat, but what's the book called? Oh, don't worry. It has,
the Cat Lover's Anti-Decline Handbook or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But that's what I've always loved about CFAs. They have always been against decline. So that is super.
Well, we view it as mutilation, so we
Yeah.
don't condone
cats-
it. Right.
my cats are into mani-pedis.
Well, thank you so much, Terry, and thank you for having your cats available for us to see. It's always more
Thank
fun
you
than
for
looking at a
asking me.
PowerPoint. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Arden, you want to talk about your classes coming up?
Yeah, guys, I'm actually teaching a sold-out class Saturday on cat first aid, but we do have openings for all of you. If you want, we have a night class. For some reason, I think people who have cats like taking a class at night. So from 5 to 8 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be offering that class on Thursday, April 22nd. It's 3 hours. You will get a 2-year certificate. This is a veterinary approved class, and look at my teaching assistants, pet safety cat Casey, birthday boy, and kitten in training, Rusty, the performer. So the good news about Zoom is it's live and you all get to have your own pets in your house and I guide you through it. So I know we have a veterinarian in the house, but what do you think of finally having a cat first aid class?
Oh, long overdue. Long overdue. That's, I can't wait to come to one.
She's going to come as our guest. I'm looking forward to it. We also have another class. It's going to be Tuesday, May 25th, also 5 to 8 p.m. Any of you that have a group and you want me to teach your group, like I'm doing this Saturday with the Kitty Cat Go people, contact me at Pet First Aid for You and let me know because I can arrange a private class as well. But it's fun and we really want you to learn what to do when uh-oh happens and how to stabilize that beautiful cat and transport them safely to a veterinarian. I can't make you a veterinarian in 3 hours.
Oh,
That's not my
darn.
mission. But right now, if you don't mind, it's time to drink, right? as a licensed bartender, I'm really happy. This is probably the longest title of one of my kitty cocktail creations for Meowy Hour. And of course, I'm a word gal, so here it comes. The cat's meowy drink that is avocado this world. Now, this is definitely going to be an eclectic drink that combines strange ingredients, hopefully to make your taste buds feel like it's a meowvelous cocktail. So thank you. Big shout out to Teresa Kiger. She created this graphic and she does each and every week. So pause up, Teresa. So we're going to start this puppy or kitty. What you do is you just take a regular cocktail shaker and ooh, check this out. It's a very, very fresh avocado. It's still the pits. And you put in a large slice into your cocktail. And then you take one of these guys, if you want to be cool, a muddler, and you muddle it, which means smash. I don't know why they say muddle. It should just be smash.
I'm glad you clarified that because I had no idea what. I know what muddling in someone's business is.
Muddle your own business. So once you get it all nice and gooey, then you're going to be able to add your alcohol. So we start with 1.5 ounces of silver tequila. For you using a posi pour, that's a 6 count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to count slow, Dr. Jean and Terry, because that's the way Kathy likes it. Then you want 3/4 ounce of Cointreau. This is an orange liqueur. If you don't have Cointreau, you can use triple sec. So a 3/4 would be a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. And then you can do 1 ounce of simple syrup. Now, guys, all you have to do is take sugar or stevia and boil it in water. You don't have to buy simple sugar. That's how you make it. So we're going to do 1 ounce of simple syrup. All right. Now, this gets strange. We're going to do 3/4 ounce of pineapple juice. She's like, what is she doing to my taste buds? Okay, let's see.
So I've got pineapple juice and avocado and triple sec and sugar. Okay.
It's going cray-cray.
And orange liqueur.
Yep.
Right? And
then I got to find where my shaker went. Uh-oh, where'd my topper go? Oh, we're going to have to modify. All right, so I'm going to, look what I do. I'm a MacGyver. I'm going to shake this up, get it all muddied up. All right.
Are you going to make a mess?
That's okay. And caution, do not give your cat avocado. Not good for them, right, Dr. Jean? The Pearson in it?
The pits are highly toxic.
Yeah. So you take your glass with already got ice in it. I'm going to bring this in and put it in here with the avocado, which is completely gone. I feel like a magician. And then you take lime and you rim the glass. This sounds crazy, but it's crazy good. So at this time, I would like all of you to please raise a glass. May it be water, this avocado crazy drink I created, or anything, and let us all salute and toast to all cats everywhere, because they sure make us humans better people. Cheers, kitties.
Cheers.
It's kind of like I'm having my avocado toast for breakfast, but I'm in a Caribbean island. That's how I would describe this drink.
Okay, I can see that.
What do you guys think of this strange concoction?
I bought avocado, so I'm going to try it.
All right, we're running out of time, but before we go, let us please again thank the Cat Fancier Association. They're the ones that bring us Meowy Hour each and every week. We also want to do a special salute to our great sponsors. We're talking Pet King Brands, the makers of Zymox and Oratine, and of course, In Clover with all the great pet supplements my kitties love. We want to thank our special guest, Dr. Jean Hofve. Go to littlebigcats.com and Terry Cassidy with her cool ragamuffins. I love that. We thank you for sharing information about the breed, you and Kathy. Of course, my co-pilots, Kathy Black, Teresa Kiger, and somewhere are my feline co-host, Rusty and Casey. Next week, our special guest is going to be, I got it in here, yep, Dr. Jack Levy. He is a guitar playing house call veterinarian from New York City. So you're going to get your guitar on next Wednesday. So until next time, same cat channel, same cat time. We'll see you on Meowy Hour. Thank you, everybody. It's great to see you.